Patriot Specialized. Today is Thursday. We're on Thursday afternoon. Yesterday afternoon. You saw the video. If you watched the last video, you saw me delivering the dust collector, and at the end of the video, I had wrote a thing in there that I talked about in the video about the load I was going to pick up, which turned out to be a military truck. I talked there, and I didn't know if I was going to make it or not because the timing was kind of messed up the way it was. So what ended up happening was those guys down there, Mr. Chris down there at Redstone, they ended up waiting on me. He ended up waiting on me, met me at the gate, took me in, got me loaded, got me out of there. That was super fast. We were in and out in, I think it was less than 30 minutes. We were in and out of there. Then my delivery went even better than that.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
Finished up paying for our parking here. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and pay to park. This parking lot here, where I'm at in Jessup, Maryland, the entire parking lot, no matter where you park, is pay to park. You gotta get, when you come in, they've got a ticket. I don't know what the ticket booth, I don't know what you call them things, where you push the button, get a ticket. So the entire parking lot is pay to park. If you pay 25 bucks inside, you spend 25 bucks inside with whatever, get your ticket validated, then you're good to go. You don't have to specifically pay to park. If you reserve a parking spot, then you also are good. And the parking reserve is $20, but the parking fee is $25. So it only makes sense to park in one of the closer spots, reserve the spot. You only pay 20 bucks to park here instead of 25. So I'm good to go now. Got my spot reserved. I'll take my ticket in and get it validated here when I go in and get a shower, get something to eat. But I wanted to talk about the load. First off, let's talk about this load. I got up there, man, it was super cool, Mr. Chris. I hope you're watching the channel, Chris. I can't say thank you enough for hanging out and waiting on me and getting me loaded yesterday. It makes such a difference, and I'm going to explain that here in a minute. So it makes such a difference in how a whole week can transpire, how a couple days in a week can transpire, specifically this one being the end of the week. And what I mean by that is, had Chris not stayed there and got me loaded yesterday, I would have ended up loading this morning down there in Alabama. Ran up here, I would have ended up delivering up here tomorrow morning. Now, where it's delivering to is south of Washington, D.C., and I'm picking up in Baltimore. Not super far apart, only about 90 miles. Pretty good for a bounce. It's a very short bounce. So what would have happened there, though, is I would have delivered tomorrow morning, and then I would have had to fight with Washington, D.C. traffic and Baltimore traffic in the morning, trying to get up there to get to Baltimore to get loaded. So being that Chris waited for me and did what he did and got me loaded yesterday, I was able to get delivery today. And those guys, I also need to give a shout out to those guys. It was super cool. They also waited a little bit for me. They normally go home, or they normally stop receiving about 3 o'clock. They waited till 3:30 for me. They brought another truck out to the gate. I pulled up to the gate. They were waiting right there for me. I pulled up to the gate. They let me through. I ran around, just spun around right there in the side parking lot. They slaved the machine, got it running. And these guys, before I could even get the trailer unhooked, these guys had the thing slaved, started, and they were taking chains off. They literally took all my securement off before I could get my trailer detached. And as you all know by watching the channel, I can detach my trailer in 4.5 minutes. So my total time at this delivery, from the time I hit the gate to the time I was pulling back out of the gate, I pulled in the gate was 3:50 or 3:35. I was leaving the gate at 3:53. That is ridiculously fast for a delivery, and that, my friends, is why I stick to wheels and tracks, man. Wheels and tracks, wheels and tracks. I gotta like beat this, and I think I'm gonna put a decal on the back of my visor right here that looks right at me that just says wheels and tracks to remind me not to go another direction with it. But super fantastic. I did not get any film at delivery. It happened so fast I didn't have a chance to get the camera out. Currently in Jessup, and one of the great things about driving truck, one of the good things about driving truck, I should say, is that if you have a big family like I do, then now that our kids are grown, they're in different areas, they're in different places, and every once in a while you end up somewhere close to one of your kids. So this is kind of nice. I'm gonna have dinner with my daughter tonight. She happens to live about 3 or 4 miles from this truck stop, and I'm here for the night. So we're gonna go inside, get a shower, and have dinner with my daughter. All right, got our shower done. Just got a message that my kid is upstairs, so let's go see if we can find her. All right, these shower rooms are downstairs, so we gotta climb up these steps. Act like I'm not fat. How you doing?
It would have never got. If I would have said anything, it would have never happened. Yeah, but she had no idea.
She is not in here yet. There she is.
Hey, old man.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
What was your load at today?
Morning, good morning, good morning. Friday morning. It is Friday morning. We are at Ceres Terminal in Baltimore. About to pick up a 320 excavator, but this is a sea of excavators and they have them all mixed up. Somewhere in that disaster right there is a 320 excavator that I'm supposed to pick up. So let's go see if we can find our unit. This ought to be fun. All right, taking our walk around the world here. That's a 320. Here's two 320s sitting right here. Let's find out. Oh, hey, look at that. First one we went to. 40157. This is our baby right here. She's just a little guy. We'll walk around it. Everything looks good. Well, see if it'll run now. See if it starts up for us. All right. Well, that's a good sign. She fired up. All right, so you just saw us getting this thing loaded, getting it put on a trailer. We are currently, I don't know where I'm at. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. On my way to the house, Friday afternoon, and stopped at a rest area, used the restroom, needed to check my chains and stuff, so I figured I'd show you guys the load real quick. You saw us putting it on, but figured I'd show you what, go over what I got for securement and placement and all that gibberish. So here we go. Let's go check it out. Man, what a temperature difference between yesterday and today. It's not really that cold out, but it is definitely different, man. It was 70-some degrees, I think it was 84 degrees yesterday when I was delivering. Man, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I'll show you that here in a minute. It was 84 degrees when I was delivering yesterday. It is 57 right now. Definitely not as nice as it was, but there's our baby right there. This is a Cat 320 excavator. We're 10.5 foot wide, 10 foot tall. We're actually on the trailer. We're a little bit under 12 foot tall. Oh man. Dang it. We're gonna have to jump in this thing and make an adjustment here. This thing it broke through the board here. And now, because of that, it's going into the deck of my trailer. Dang it. So we're gonna have to fix that real quick. Lift that up. I don't know if that chain, somehow that chain's still tight. Now, it's still not hitting here. Now, we're gonna have to fix that real quick, but I'll cover securement real fast and then I'll fix that. What we got going here, this thing weighs 49,000 pounds roughly. I put it, I took it to the back and then I brought it forward a little bit. It might be a little bit more forward than I put it a little bit more forward than I usually do. And it might be a little bit off, I'm not sure. I stopped to get fuel here. I'm gonna put this thing on the scale and find out exactly what my axle weights are. But I think it might be off a little bit from where I wanted it to be. So what I got going on with securement was 49,000 pounds. Call that 50, we need 25,000 pounds of securement, right? To cover a 50,000 pound load. So I got one chain right here. Obviously, we got our one chain that's somehow still tight right now, going over top of our arm to keep it from being able to move. I put one chain all the way, you put my clevis inside, put one chain going all the way up there, coming to the other side. Get full credit for that chain. And then I did my, where I like to stick the binder right on the track coming down the trailer, one on each side. Get half credit for that one, half credit for that one. So get basically for the 3 securement devices right here, we have 2 chains worth of securement. This one also gives us a 3rd chain. Got flags marking our widest portion of our load. Put the bungee flags on the back. That's a little more obvious for motoring public coming up beside me. And then I did the same exact thing back here for securement. One chain, used my clevis inside, brought it all the way across, get full credit for that one. And then our track binders on each side. Half credit for each one of those, so that's full credit for the 2 of them. We've got 2 more chains on the back, so basically we have 5 chains holding in 50,000 pounds, 49,000 pounds. So 5 chains times 6,500, way more than 25,000. So we are in good shape there. Signs and flags on the back, looking pretty good. Now, we're gonna get up in this thing and move this arm. I don't know, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens here. what I did here is I got one of my outrigger braces, one of the front outrigger braces. They're super thick metal, and I put it right over where one of the cross members are underneath the trailer. I'm gonna throw a piece of rubber in there, protect both pieces. And we're gonna set this hook right down on that. That'll make that a little more stable where it won't try to punch through. All right, well, that should do that. Hope that holds. So there you go. That's our load. We're taking this one home. Gonna take this home for the weekend. We're gonna deliver this one on Monday. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're gonna be hauling a prototype military tank of some kind, military vehicle of some kind, going down to a show in Alabama. So talk to you guys next week. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy what you see, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button and become part of the Patriot Specialized family. We will talk to you guys on the next one. Everybody stay safe out there.